we didn't really see that. We saw Yarn playing it on the in the Dog Champ game, but Ty's got to be careful because that's the one hero you don't shrug off Illuminate.
And
Instant blood.
yeah, you can't really shrug off a Bloodseeker either. That's gonna be the other big scenario killer here. It's good against the Weaver too, because Weaver's whole shtick is kind of just having that mobility in a team fight. And as soon
10
as
seconds
Bloodseeker just
remaining.
presses R on Weaver, then I mean Rupture will claim it.
5 seconds
This is
remaining.
the power of having that second or having first pick is you just get to counter everything in this next picking phase. And I mean, Bloodseeker really does seem like the perfect fit. Tidehunter's going to be inundated if he ever gets ruptured. Same with Weaver. Weaver struggles immensely versus Bloodseeker. Even just the fact that whenever he's low, you're going to be able to see him. It's much easier to track him down as opposed to a lot of other games where we see him kind of be this slippery hero who's able to eke out of a lot of situations. But now both teams need a mid. They need something to, I think, embellish their draft, especially if you're Latam defenders,
10
because
seconds
you've just got
remaining.
counterpicked. This Brax Bloodseeker is going to be a real thorn in your side.
5 seconds remaining.
So I mean, then what do you propose as an actual like counter up towards the Bloodseeker as like a like what's your mid response? You've got the Storm banned out. You can't run Invoker yourself, and then
We still do have both other
Dire
spirits.
team
That's
ban.
usually the great response versus Bloodseeker, just because Void Spirit does care a little bit more because of the step, but Ember does not care at all with Remnants. But with the puck taken out, that I feel like that's what they're leaning towards. But Gunner can play. I mean, he can play absolutely everything.
yeah,
If I
Gunner
had
is
to guess, it'd be a
Remaining.
Spirit, though. That's
mhm.
what I'm feeling.
I mean,
5
Void
seconds
is still in the
remaining.
pool. That's one of the ones we've seen that's actually quite phenomenal against the Weaver. And they
Radiant
can
team
open
pick.
into the pick. I feel like a Void Spirit is a
Dire
good fit
team
for this
pick.
game. But they're gonna go Earth Spirit.
There we go. Okay. That's kind of an oldish or older-ish Gunner hero, but I've definitely seen him play it before. Now I'm sitting up in my chair, and this is exciting. But that was one of the spirits, I guess, so that's cool. And I mean, a lot of
10
defenders taking out
seconds
the Tiny as
remaining.
well. That was another hero that I was thinking because look at all these. They're just all so
5 seconds
squishy.
remaining.
Tiny is just a classic hero versus Weaver as well, but I mean, Earth Spirit Core is very scary if you're this Weaver. He's gonna prowl in the lanes, and that silence. We talk so much about how good the Void Spirit silence is versus Earth Spirit, and I guess in this game specifically, they want something a little bit less farm dependent. But Earth Spirits definitely has some strong timings as well. But most of them are like you get BKB and you get whatever utility item you could possibly want. There isn't that Ags that you would see on the Void Spirit. But now a lot of defenders kind of have to think through what they want to play because now with this ES mid they could go for another mid. They could go for a mid laner that gets melee because they do see
That?
it. I don't think they go for the Void
No.
Spirit themselves though. Now
What do you think about the Bat Rider then in this slot? I mean, it's a good
it's
contest, but I feel like Earth Spirit is still stronger.
it's still it's too. It would be a really good counter pick, but the issue is you can just roll away or kick him off you. You know what I mean? But the other issue is if you ever get ruptured, Bat does not want to be ruptured. Bat's the one hero that will just
Mhm.
die if he gets ruptured and just have a miserable time. I think that as well they need sort of a secondary team fighter or AoE damage because right now they're very single target. They're very good at sticking on the heroes that they are able to find, but aside from the Tide Hunter, it's really going to be kill the next hero, move to the next hero,
Templar assassin.
and that's more killing heroes. Okay,
Not the first thought that comes to mind, but it is an answer that fits pretty well into this. There's also not really anything that's going to break any of the shields, really. I mean, the closest thing you have is just Jug spinning or instance damage from Rupture.
Gunner's most likely going to build that vessel urn this game as well. It's just if not the vessel, he probably will get an urn. And that'll be quite scary, but it is a counter pick. I mean, Nana will be able to just farm it up, have a pretty decent time. There aren't too many great heroes. If he gets blocked off on the other side of the Fissure, he will be in a little
10
bit of trouble.
seconds
But
remaining.
at the same time, Clockwork is going to be running interference the entire time. And
5
Gunner
seconds
doesn't care about
remaining.
cogs. That's the good news. If Clock does end up going mid, the only problem is if he the Clockwork does get in front of him, then it does get very complicated. But he can always kick away heroes. That's the main benefit of this mid Earth Spirit. But they really picked it, I think, just to counter this Weaver, which is interesting. I don't know if they think it's going to be that big of an issue because they do have that Brax Bloodseeker, but maybe they just want something to kind of combo with it. He is able to kick ruptured targets. He is able to also just cause a lot of chaos for the backline for Latam.
Yeah, it still feels like an overall 4 Zoomers draft. I mean, Tidehunter is a good hero. We've been seeing it a lot, and it's the Ravage return is usually pretty fruitful. But I feel like that's just kind of all that Latam is putting their money into. Maybe finding some good Clockwork hooks, but like Templar doesn't go for the mobility Templar build. Like I've been seeing, and I'd say my sample size for this is very small because I watch one singular Templar assassin streamer.
Oh boy.
And every now and again you see the build that you do for the blink traps.
Oh, the Ags?
Yeah. But it's like it's such a weirdly niche item to go for. But I feel like that's what is going to happen for Latam, is that he's going to have to go for some sort of high mobility deal to kind of contest the globability of the Keeper of the Light.
Well, and we'll have to see because we have seen a lot more Templar Assassins go for the Blink tag. They'll just get a casual Blightstone and then go for the Blink tag, or just because the timings are way faster. If you spend too much time in the jungle, then usually you're losing a lot more ground somewhere else. And especially with this Bloodseeker, and the Earth Spirit pick makes more sense the more I think about it. He's scouting for the for the mid ward already.
He's even quelling down the trees here, and you can see that Nana is trying to sort of find the ideal spot, and Gunner's just like, I'm gonna keep quelling them trees, boy. You ain't gonna get no aggressive board early.
He's just walking along the range, walking. Nighttime, man. Nighttime. Who said it was good to make it nighttime for the pregame? So much more clowny stuff happens because it's nighttime.
I think it's the Night Stalker players that go for the passive at level 1. That's what's going. Actually, no, because Void's even better in darkness as well. So
yes.
The battle begins.
The people who get silenced that make the world run, Pete.
Exactly. People who just aren't happy at the start of Dota 2. That's why it's dark at the very beginning. And then as soon as the game starts, you see the light, just like in a gladiator battle. That's what they did it. They based off a gladiator battle. You start and you sit in complete darkness, and then you go up the stage, and all of a sudden it's sunny as hell, and you lose your eyesight, and then you just die because somebody just throws an arrow at your face.
The more I think about this Earth Spirit pick, the more I do like it. Just because, just a segue. And there's a pause.
I mean,
But,
it can't be NA/SA/ whatever other regions of teams we have in our region.
Well, they've got to check their keyboard, their mouse, and you need to make sure their headset's not on backwards. What else?
I don't think I've ever put my headset on backwards. I don't think I can because the wire is in such an annoying spot.
You see, the issue I have is I have my cable routed to the right of me, but it plugs in on the left side, so it's across my body. So one time I put it on backwards, and I was in an FPS game, and I had no idea where anything was. It's the most disorienting experience of my life. But it will be a DC.
If there's that packet lost there. I don't what region is Latam?
Latam, I think
Are
they're
they
both
S or
USC.
NA? Okay.
Well, they're SA, but I think that we're playing on USC. I didn't see any server
yeah.
hopping discussion before.
That's always an interesting one because I remember like probably maybe 3 years ago, like a long time ago. It's 3 years ago feels so long because the last year has taken forever to just end.
Yes.
But, yeah, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I remember when I was casting in like a more not super serious tournament. I wasn't getting asked to cast for BTS stuff 4 years ago. I remember that like it was on a random ticket that we were doing, and the mod or the admin asked if there was a server preference, and one team said one thing and the other team said the other thing. And I think that the verdict that they decided to go with was it was a coin flip. And whoever won the coin flip got the choice on what server you picked.
That's risky business.
Yeah, that was like really bad. Easy to say this tournament no longer exists. So it's been gone for
Good
quite
riddance.
some time.
Good riddance. Well, I mean, we saw in the previous game where it was between Peru and US East that they were just going to do it every other. And I mean, they did 1-1, but both games were played on the Peru server. Just because Nice Guys on I believe it was Unknown. Or no, it was Ego Boys. Nice Guys on Ego Boys to just play both games on Peru. But there's really no good solution to that. I feel like it's one of the cruxes of online video gaming. If everybody's not in the same region, there's always going to be problems.
I think I might have found out what the issue might have been on this TA. For some reason, it says that she still needs to purchase a courier.
Wait a sec, Pete. They're playing tic-tac-toe. Cast.
Oh,
it's over. You missed it.
That game's already over. I saw it. Well, no, because that was an orange X right there. So that wasn't a 1.
Oh, round 2?
All right, go. Oh, hey, get out of here.
So much blood.
That's not fair.
So much blood.
You cheated.
It's the zoomer fingers. I don't have enough time to wait for your... What's
What,
Nana's back.
You didn't want me to try to draw a circle? Hang on. There you go. That's the worst circle I've ever drawn.
Ooh.
Hang on. There you go.
Some googly eyes in
Oh,
there. And
that's a
all
lot
the
of
pings. All the pings at once.
Yeah, that was quite a bit there. Well, now we're back into the game. Looks like the ping is just fine, and TA no longer has to buy a courier. That might have been the glitch there. That might have been the courier bug.
And it looks like... Ooh, yeah. Gunner able to get the range deny. Sneak his level 2 in here before Nana, but he did get counterpicked. This isn't the most fantastic lane for Earth Spirit without any outside assistance, but he does have more damage until Nana decides to use Refraction, and then just going to be playing in these creep waves.
I've been like lightly watching this Earthshaker just literally get continually stalked by Eratus here.
Yeah, and this is how it's going to go. This is just the contestion that you always are going to have to be a little bit annoyed with. We've actually got clipped by that blood right. But early levels of Skakuchi, this is one of the picture-perfect cases where you really need to be careful, because if you get Fissure blocked after it, it's a 12-second cooldown. It really feels quite bad, but yeah, this is a big fight.
Yeah,
I think Aretis might be...
like, Clockwork's in big trouble here, but again, with level 1 battery assault, it's very hard to fight into it. And they might find a return, in fact. Both of these heroes very low, but unable to pick a target in specific.
I believe if he kept onto Ocean, if they just they kind of split their damage a little bit, he would have been in a lot more trouble. But with that go, it's actually sort of bad for Aretis, because he's out of mana. He needs to wait for his courier now. And Ocean, with a little bit higher health regen and at least 1 clarity, he's going to be able to contest the pulls at least a little bit, I believe.
Yeah, you can see it. He's lining up. He did manage to miss 1, which I think is going to get the range creep. No.
Nope, just barely.
Well, no first bloods happening. This is a very different game. All of our games of previous, usually somebody's dead right now.
And Gunner's just laning so well. He's making this matchup seem better than it probably feels. But sitting pretty low, but has the salve.
Yeah, salve, bracer swap. There it goes. Yep. Those little things can make a big difference in the lane. Roll. I think he was
kicked him under the tower.
Yeah, but he's got the refraction available. Well, now the refraction's gone. Does have 1 damage refract left, but not able to find too much with the follow-up on that.
Yeah, it's not the best trade for Gunner. He wants to keep his HP as high as possible. And that's something he does have over the TA, but she's got a Wraithband of her own, so she's pretty tanky with that refraction.
Well, it looks like it's just a straightforward game here. Nobody's like really getting super over dominated. I'd say the closest thing would just be Tidehunter in this bot lane, but that could be counteracted with just any combo from Moonlight here. Like, you could already see it. Just one combo puts him at half HP. But Sammy is a very confident carry, so like he's probably got a lot of stuff queued up mentally, physically,
And
spiritually.
we see the support arrows all coming for these 4-minute runes. They want to stop Gunner from getting it, and I don't know if Ocean's going to be able to secure it.
Yeah, it's clogged
Clockwork.
up, and it's bought. So
Now, do they have enough gas to kill this Clockwork? I think they can.
yep, they do have the roll onto him though. The follow-up stun from Ocean, and Gunner is very happy to see this kill. Unfortunately, would go to Ocean, but still there for the AoE gold and the fact the first blood has happened. He no longer has to worry about giving TA that first blood gold in the mid.
Unfortunately, Nana was able to get there, swipe up that Invis rune, uses it immediately, but again, it could be worse.
No,
But bottom, yeah.
You know, I was looking bot for like a minute because I didn't think they were going to get the kill, but I guess he spun and just landed a crit. He didn't even spin, he just crit him.
I don't even know if they knew that Lion wasn't showing. He could have still been bottom, but he was sitting quite low, and that's the power of the Coddle. He's always going to keep you relatively low. He's going to keep your cooldowns lower than you expect as well. Usually, most teams they play around the fact that Blade Fury at low levels has like a 30-second cooldown if you use it too early. But now, I mean, they're dominating a lot of these bounties, and yeah, got away with murder. You're gonna get three for free.
Three. I mean, you say
but
for free,
Ocean.
though. Ocean might be in trouble here as Kuka comes in and
He's given up.
Ocean knows he can't do anything. He's just, I'll die to Kuka and we'll move on from there.
Radiant's courier has
They
been
clip
killed.
Husky's courier as well, so there's 2 couriers now that's dead in this bot lane. That's actually worth a bounty alone. Well, 10 off, but they got 2, so it's a nice bounty for them.
And with all this time that Brax has spent solo, just because Aretis has been trying to follow Ocean around and give him as bad a game as possible, they made a play mid.
Yep, they were trying to go out onto Nada there, but unable to get any sort of continual follow-up. Gunner just going to go ahead and refresh the Magnetize. But it's not gonna result in a kill there. Good rotation from the Lion, though. Negated all chances of getting that kill. This does leave Seeker alone, however.
Unfortunately, I think he's just a little bit too weak on the Clockwork, and now that he's level 6, this is what I was alluding to. They might try to make a play on him outside of the creep wave, but with how low the TA is, he is pretty abnormally fast, and with this fast 6, I mean, he can really start rotating around the map whenever he wants to. Clock is really just eyeing up for a moment.
Yeah, he's trying to find a good plan onto him there, but you're right. There's not really much HP to work. Yeah, there's not much HP to work with in this lane. But it's not the fact that the Weaver... Oh, actually, I just checked the net worth. I was going to say I don't think the Weaver's that far behind, but the Weaver actually is that far behind.
Yeah,
And,
he's getting very heavily contested. Brax
Valkyrie
is just able to sit in this wave.
down in the bot lane, tied. I mean, he's just slowed up.
He's
turning
gone.
away. Yeah, there's not much you can really do about this. Keeper wave goes through. He actually Krakens it.
He's
Well,
got
he
the
wanted
hood,
it,
but
yeah, it's a dead tide. But the best thing about this is that your their mid player is bot, and their laners are not in the lane. They're at all the way in the back here. So necessary time
Moonlight-
bot.
yeah, and Ocean actually is heavily punished. He's gonna walk into another trap in a sec here.
Yep.
Yeah. But Lion hasn't been able to make that rotation top. In fact, Brax might actually get punished for it right
Yeah.
now. He ran out of gas.
Yeah, I was trying to go for Kuka there, but just couldn't get the
And
finish
actually
up.
just
and
got, yeah.
Brax going down. Actually to Kuka.
Yeah, he got a little bit, oh, he got killed by the bug. Even better for Kuka. But that's what you need to be careful about, is just that he's playing alone for so long, and I guess they're making a play on bottom, so they're not too worried about it, but he can't give away too many more kills like that, because he's the catalyst. He's the guy who's should be making plays that lead to kills with Rupture, and then Gunner's there to stun him. But they're looking for TA in the jungle, it looks like. They popped.
Yep, they
Wow,
do
what a
roll
read.
in with a beautiful Magnetize. There's no extra double, like, Echo Slam follow-up, though.
Oh,
so
but Kuga
Ocean-
Hook's here. Oh my
Yeah, he's
goodness.
just straight dead here. I mean, a lot of defenders, they're defending effectively.
That was like, with the meld, that was like -6 armor on the Earthshaker in an instant. And he's dead too.
Yeah, Gunner unable to get the illusion rune, and Moonlight able to stack up well-founded defense. Moonlight just playing it well as well. Like, Latam defenders, like, They're showing up. They're just like, this isn't gonna be an easy game for you four Zoomers.
Oh,
eh?
no,
I'm gonna
Husky.
run you down.
Oh, my
Ravage
goodness.
and Nana coming in there with the very early damage.
Oh,
You can see he's actually going straight
Moonlight?
for the Desolator. They are gonna be able
Oh.
to find Moonlight with the Omni Slash, but Nana with the Refraction up took 0 damage from that Omni Slash.
And it feels like this reaction is just a little bit too slow coming out from Zoomers. I mean, 3 of them did die, but they're looking to punish Gunner.
Well,
Oh, this is a
that
little
being said,
crazy.
though, Sammy comes in with the spin, actually. I don't think they were expecting Sammy to rotate back in with this. That just happened.
another one?
Indeed. Follow-up stun with the rollout from Gunner. They will get 2 for this.
They just felt a little bit too safe, I think, in for Zoomer's territory. I mean, they wanted to kill Gunner right away, but I didn't know that they didn't have Moonlight. He died to the Jug initially, so maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. But Brax and the Weaver are having a very nice time top. They're both getting pretty much exactly what they want out of these waves.
See a fluffy hat on this Seeker.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Courier goes down. There goes the Falcon Blade. As I've said yesterday, most OP low-cost item in Dota 2.
And you know, it's the same player who's buying it. Brax
Oh,
loves this
yeah.
item. Brax loves that item.
I think he builds it on every hero.
He
Like,
builds it on a lot of heroes.
Is it good for every hero?
No.
I mean,
That's
HP
okay.
mana regen? I mean, at least
Guess
carry
it's
a fluffy
depends
hat.
on who you ask.
Yeah.
The fluffy hat does keep your head warm. It is quite nice.
Dire's top
But
I own one of those hats. They're cool.
unlike yesterday, Ocean is getting a lot more space, and I like to see that. He yesterday he was really playing the sort of poverty Earthshaker, where he was really not getting any lane to farm, but with this Earth Spirit pickup, he's still going for the Midas on Gunner, but he's really able to make a lot more plays. But
Radiant's
TA's kind of getting away with murder. It hasn't really been contested, but this ancient stack is not going to be taken for free. They're already set up to fight it, and they missed the
Oh.
ward.
This ward is an inch away. Literally an inch. This tiny little drawing worth of an inch there.
You see, with the carts and and seeing the stack, there are 4 heroes mid on both sides. They don't want to give it up. They don't want to give up any kills. If a team fight goes the wrong way for either side, they're just going to immediately go to that stack.
Reaper wave goes through. The DD on
And
the
Weaver's
tower
coming
now.
as well.
Yeah, they want a 5-man fight here. The finger goes out immediately. Brax unable to find a good rupture, nor a silence. They will slow down Sammy,
has fallen.
but a good block from Ocean. Puts 3 in a very precarious location here, but they'll just walk all the way around. Tower didn't
he
go
just-
down, though. Was it denied? No, it was picked.
Nope. Yeah, it was picked up. And on Valkyrie, he just doesn't have enough mana, I think. If they see his mana, they should know that it should be pretty okay to do whatever they want. But even Aretus, he's 1 creep away from level 6, actually. Are they going to... Nah, they're not going to make a play, but... 1 more stack of the Ancient creep, and I think then all of the focus is going to be shifted towards that side of the map.
The tween.
The Zoomers do not want to
Oh.
give that up to the TA for free.
They found it, though. They throw down the Sentry Ward, and they know that they are watching this stack, or at least have watched it for once. Looks like they'll get it. Yes. Oh, no. The Dragon did a weird side-by because he ended up going all the way around, and it still targeted him technically from this point, so...
Yeah, I would love if all creeps were just melee and they just made sense. It's always the troll creeps and it's always the dragons. Those are always the problem makers, but they're going to start to farm it, and for Zoomers want to get a tower instead of contesting the stack. It's completely understandable.
Structures are fortified.
I mean, the tower
It's
is a
Sammy
good
with his
trade
Midas.
economy. Well, I say
I mean,
that, though,
he's
actually.
so farmed on the jug.
Zoomers are smoked up.
Yeah, they're trying to make a play,
They're
but
recalling somebody. I think it's the
Sammy?
They brought Brax. They have the
They s-
silence, but the creeps are already gone.
problem is, I don't think he got brought in. Yeah, they're actually making a play on him top.
Oh. Oh, yeah, look at that. He throws out the Omni. Semi-defensive.
denied
the
it.
tower gets denied, but Aridus will at least fall for the trade. He should... Oh, he doesn't have mana for TP. No, he has 15 wand charges, though.
Yeah, he should be able to walk away. He might just stay up here and farm, but bottom, they kill Brax.
Yep. They do find a good trade. Like, that's a very worthwhile trade. Looks like they might still get Sammy, but no, the other way. Oh! Perfectly timed reset by Kuka. Did he hear the roll? He had to have.
Radiant's bottom
He
tower
must
has
have.
fallen.
That was incredibly fast.
And, like, the funny thing is, his reset was only, like, maybe 10 units away from his original spot.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So he
is
still
under
could have
attack.
gotten hit if it was like 1 second later.
Well, and now with this TA, I mean, she's coming up on her Blink Dagger. She's going to be able to continue to farm fast, and that's the only issue with Kato is that he does not have the greatest HP pool, and he's going to be the immediate target for this TA whenever a fight does break out. Same with Ocean, but he's got a Blink Dagger now. This is a different Ocean that we're seeing today. He's got a 14-minute Blink Dagger, and they're going to look to make some plays as soon as he gets this.
Coming in on the courier. I mean, he has that freedom because of the keeper. Like, he doesn't need to like consistently spam buy wards or anything like that, or buy smoke or reveal, because the keeper just has that gold. Like, that's the power of a keeper of the light. We've talked about it time and time again. That keeper is literally an S tier hero. That it's like semi-sleeper.
Especially with Kugahook on this Weaver, he's always got to be sort of careful. And I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but honestly, the Rupture hasn't been giving this Weaver too much of a bad time. He's really just been able to kind of shrug it off in a lot of cases because they need that Earth Spirit to sync up with him, and they just haven't been able to get that going for them just yet.
Although,
And Valkyrie's in such a precarious spot.
they smoke up. They're ready for this.
They have the smoke on Nana.
Link Dagger is primed, but it looks like Nana is just going to hold off. They don't see this counter rotation, but they actually ping that a ward was spotted in the mid here. as the
Yeah,
sentry was
they see
deployed.
the sentry.
Yeah,
They gotta kill
Clockwork
the sentry
too.
beforehand. Ooh.
They
I
get
mean, with
sentry,
the
but
show, they should know something is up here. You see Gunner in the top lane. He's just farming. They're gonna let this go for free, it looks like, just because they know that their team fight is inferior unless they get a really good jump in. Ocean is really cautious about going in so far.
it's a saddening tower to lose. Clockwork
Oh, no.
goes out though, finger to follow, and the Ravage as well to finish off the kill. Sammy goes down with Husky to follow as well. That was an instant second. I was not expecting that. They were just like, I want to hear the comms on that one from Latam defenders. It was probably initiate. So every hero literally did their initiation.
And I mean, it goes back to Knight. I wish I could see that from Sammy Boy's perspective, because I'm guessing he just saw nothing. He didn't expect to get clock hooked there. It was almost a perfect fake back, and they were able to pick off the Lion on the retreat, but still, getting that jug kill is quite big. Slowing him down as much as possible is necessary in this game. While your Weaver is farming and he is going to be quite scary, you always need to be scared of the jug. Jug just plays so well versus your supporting cast.
Yeah, I mean,
They're circling the map.
looks like he wants to try to maybe put down some aggression, but looks like they actually scan the Roche. I do not think four Zoomers are in a very early game position for that quite yet. Sammy not with a terrible amount of farm here.
Something to always be scared of whenever you see a medallion pickup on the enemy team. That's probably where it comes from. You just never want to give away those free objectives. Not that they could have, not that they couldn't have done anything without Ravage, but this top 2-2 is a lot easier than Roshan.
Yeah, they got the healing ward as well, so yeah, it's gonna be relatively uncontested. The Clockwork Flare does go out. Now Gunner. Oh,
Here they come.
Just barely whiffs, gets out of there in the literal seconds to midnight. Clockwork Cook and the stun from Lion not getting anything done with that.
And really, all of the pressure is on Aretis. If he's not able to make the plays, he's really the initiator whenever Ravage is on cooldown. Even when you saw him initiate on the Jug, he's a fantastic way to start off each fight, especially to keep him chained up. I mean, we've seen so many times today heroes getting bursted out of Ravage or into Ravage. It's just that good of a stun, and they see Gunner bottom. And I think now you try to hit this BKB timing with your TA, and then I'm not sure what the Zoomers do about it. You have to rupture her, but then you have to worry about Ravage, and they have their own BKBs that they need to farm up, especially on the Earth Spirit, which is only, I think, only 100 gold away. But teams are both these teams are going to start moving very soon.
Oh my gosh, Gunner. He threw a Centaur up here that has 8.
He wants it.
He
He's
wants
saving it for
real
later.
bad.
He's letting it cook a little bit up there, you know?
Keeper will clean it up. But they do manage to get this tower in the bot lane in that time. So it's still a very scary game for both teams.
They're looking at Brax.
They're lining up.
Don't think they'll get him though.
I mean, Valkyrie maybe wanting to go on to that. I mean, it's a hard Ravage to take, but solo. You see 4 Zoomers. They're 4-manning it up here. No smoke just yet, but there is one available.
And they see Nana. They want to get him, but perfect read. Maybe Husky.
Oh, they found the stun. Nana with no other method of TP. They scan, they reveal.
Oh my goodness.
He's dead. They might find Ocean on the way out, though. Ocean's like, that's very quick burst. Oh,
Ocean did that perfectly. I yelled Husky, but they are able to kill Brax in the top lane, but that was perfect from Ocean. That was such an incredible read, actually, on the Blink Dagger. But trading 1 for 1, they are able to translate that kill into a tower in the top lane, so it's not the biggest problem for the Latam defenders, but we haven't seen that one big team fight yet. We've just seen these few pickups here and there, and I can only imagine the Latam defenders are happy with that. They really haven't been forced into a position yet where they're worried about losing the game because they don't have Ravage, and they're the team that's going to be taking Roshan first. With that Desolator, with the bugs on Weaver, it's just much simpler for them to ever go into the pit. That's something 4 Zoomers are definitely concerned about.
Well, now we're 20 minutes in. The BKB is live on the Earth Spirit. We didn't see it in the last engagement, though. This is Midas Gaming, by the way. Like, it's a Midas on the Jug, and it's a Midas on Gunner. No Midas on Brax. I mean, I'm sure he would have done it, though. Had the
Falcon Blade Midas, same thing, but top. The recall.
Oh, they rupture the Lion. Clockwork engagement there. They're going to kind of reset a little bit, but keep her waving Gunner with the kick.
Clock 2.
Confirm the kill as well as the Courier. Clock also in a bit of trouble here. They will buy back on the Lion.
They want to fight.
I mean, they really do.
Whoa.
The Hex goes out onto the Jug, actually. He's in a lot of trouble. Finger. Instant gift.
Yeah.
He's actually...
I mean, Weaver's just zoning. Yeah, they're killing everyone.
Weaver finds the kill on Brax. Ocean has the TP out, and they know that Gunner is the only one they could really go for.
Oh,
as
no.
he BKBs, but doesn't start the TP. There it is.
And you see immediately into the pit, they're getting what they want. That was just such a strange engagement. I don't think he was ready for the buyback of the Lion. The damage coming out from Moonlight, and that single buyback, that single kill onto Sammy Boy, just... Now they have Roche. Now they have Aegis. All the tension is broken, and a lot of them are going to start taking a pretty big lead.
Yeah, that's that fight went south pretty quickly. It wasn't even really a fight. I mean, it was literally based off of the buyback from the Lion. It was a good read. We've seen a lot of good buybacks out from this overall tournament so far. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is I thought I thought Moon bought back in Rage, but it was actually one of the best things that Tide could have done. Yeah, it was Moon.
Yeah, and I mean, now you see in the posture coming out from the Zoomers, they're mode split push. They don't want to fight into the Aegis because they know that they can't handle that hero right now. And I mean, now Kukahuk's just going to hit this tier 2 with really not any rebuttal. And I mean, they're all gearing up. They didn't need to use Ravage if they really wanted to. They could just push out the waves. Oh, is this a freebie? On the clock? Looks like it.
Yeah, they're not rotating too much into here. They do TP in heroes.
They're looking for supports.
And the TA's off on the sidelines here. The BKB is primed as well. Looks like the Hurricane Pike will be next here.
I think really it's all about the pressure that Latam defenders are going to be able to put on the map while this Aegis is up in their hands, because Zoomers are just going to split push. They're going to try to pull you around the map. That's kind of something their lineup naturally does. Especially you can just spin TP, you can just Earth Spirit BKB TP. It doesn't feel the greatest, especially since you got this BKB, I mean, realistically, to fight, especially to play on these supports, but they need to take as much map control as they can with this first Aegis. Oh, Ocean's got to be careful.
Yeah, he's getting chunked up here. I mean, that's
just all of his HP gone.
2 right clicks, 1 meld.
Yep.
Quicksilver Amulet again. We're seeing a lot of this item today.
It's a incredible item. I hope it gets changed a little bit because it really is one of the best.
Put it on your techies who has the slowest moving attack projectile. in the game.
Ah, yes. Your
I
techies,
actually
your
want to see
weaver.
it. I need to see it because it's actually like the slowest, right?
It is.
I gotta see it then. We'll test it after this in our little quick break. Oh,
Like Weaver, Ursa.
Latam
they're
smoked
looking.
on top of this ward, by the way. So they know there's at least a 3-man smoke.
Middle tower.
Sammy's not going to get caught by this. I think he's trying to bait with it, actually.
Bottom
Oh,
tower is under attack.
yeah, they know what's up. He's going to send another one in.
Well, I mean, that's the
The
best
jig
thing
is up.
about mana drain.
I mean, Brax is putting a lot of pressure on this T2 bottom, and they really don't want to ever back at this point. A lot of defenders want to make something, push into the high ground, but they're making this hard on them. Zoomers are not giving them an easy choice right now.
Yeah, they have to make a
Dire's
choice.
bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think
Yeah, they're going to defend.
a lot of defenders are defending. Whoa.
Oh, they're
Link
chasing
dagger.
in, but
I mean, Brax is slowed at the moment. He puts out the jump, but I mean, I was gonna say with no Basher, but I don't think you build Basher on TA. It's not like Shadow Fiend or Terrorblade where there's a situation where you can.
it's unfortunate they didn't send the flare first, because then he could have made the decision to jump on the Husky instead, but still, it's a forcing play. It's those plays that are going to keep four Zoomers in this game, their heads above water. But
Ooh,
Ocean might...
Ocean.
Oh, that was a very good totem.
Going up instead of down as well. Ocean's just gonna TP back to the tower.
And usually you see with the first Aegis, the team with that Aegis is able to take map control, but with the way that the four Zoomers are handling it, they're buying a lot of time. It feels like now they're going to have to wait for that second Aegis because, only a minute left on it. There hasn't been too much accomplished. They were able to claim that mid T2 tower and a lot of damage on the top mid tower, but it's not even half. They haven't really been able to utilize this time very effectively, but...
Well, this might be the best utilization of said time, as again, the Finger Ravage Wombo combo. We'll find the
They just
kill
didn't
on
see it coming.
Sammy, and the Clockwork Cook goes
Oh,
out. They're gonna go
no.
for Ocean on the backlines here. This is huge win, and if they get the kill, and they do indeed get it, they expend the fortification. The Magnetize is out and continually refreshing.
And this is exactly what they needed to do. Again, they just caught him off guard. They weren't ready for it, and because they know that they want to play in these side lanes, Valkyrie,
Yeah, the Rupture is there.
oh, 7
No,
seconds
he
on
wants
Aegis.
to die. Yeah,
Yeah.
there it goes. This is much like last game where it was the Medusa wants death. They are
Oh, and he
gonna
didn't
force
blink
him
out.
back. Well, it looks like they're going to be fine with this, though. I mean, they still
not
they
the
lost the
worst
hero off of it.
situation.
Is under attack.
Yeah, they lost Valkyrie. They did losing Sammy Boy initially was quite rough, but they got a little bit ahead of themselves, and breaching high ground without Ravage is really difficult. But they did make something of that Aegis. Almost tier 3 dead, only 1,000 HP left on it. But now I think Zoomers are going to want to make a play. They don't want to sit idly by.
Alright, they smoked up. They do have the Echo Slam available. The Blink Dagger is live. They will throw out a flare, but they know that there's some damage on this mid.
Oh, Nana?
I mean,
Oh, they break.
He is a
Ocean
target
broke.
to go, but it's such a hard target to kill.
He has to be careful. Oh,
Clockwork hooks
Ocean.
in. Ocean 4 steps out immediately. Let's keep her.
And that just kills it. He's got a DD on TA. I don't think they want to fight this.
Silence goes out.
Oh!
Oh, he does get ruptured.
I'll take that.
Does have BKB
He's looking
though.
if he needs to BKB it.
Yeah,
He's a little bit
gonna
late.
have to. It's half HP right now. BKB's off it a little bit there. I think that negates them wanting to go for it, basically. But that is a 10-second.
Yeah, they are going to reset off that. If anything, they're going to try to bait them around this cliff. I don't know if they want to stay here if you're Latam, though. Okay.
Yeah, well, they immediately find the kill onto Moonlight there, and that's just the micro Omni Slash. Here, this is next on this to-do list, and he is dead as well. Swift Slash, big surprise from the Juggernaut.
Yes, and it was a very good play from Aretis. He was able to break the smoke on Ocean and then kind of force his team to not want to go or commit after that. But I think it was Nana that pushed the agenda a little bit, got a little ahead of himself with the DD rune, and now it's going to be Zoomers that are in a position to take a little bit of the map back.
I mean, they can try to get this mid tower, but they're actually taking quite a bit of harass there. I mean, the TA is still alive, the Ravage is still there, but with no Finger. Ooh, let's look at our new neutral
Dire's
items
top
here.
tower is under attack.
Cloak and the robe is actually found. I don't know who would take the robe. Probably Tide. He's got the essence ring,
Probably.
though.
Essence ring is one of those items you never want to give up, to be honest. It's very, it's always good on your hero.
Well,
But now
looks like-
Valkyrie needs to be so careful whenever he uses Ravage. We're
looks
kind
like-
of
Dire's
nearing the
top
mid game.
is under attack.
Looks like Zoomers did end up getting the tower in this trade, so they got more map domination than the previous, though. The roll goes in, and they find this kill on the Lion. And I believe I saw a E-Blade go out by Gunner. Yep, there it is.
Yes.
And, all right, well, this tower's going down. This is the Ravage.
Oh, they don't
Immediately, though,
have
there's
the
no
lockdown.
finger. There's no stun. There's no follow-up. They had to let him go, and I think that was a huge misplay there. The Lion bought back late, too. I mean, I think
It
the
seemed
call
like a
was
very
Lion
big
buy.
miscommunication.
I mean, it had to be either they didn't tell Lion to buy back and they were expecting it, or they told Lion to buy back and he didn't do it until right then and there.
Well, and at the same time, Aretas was just a little bit too far away. He had no impact on that fight. He wasn't catching anyone. And now that they don't have Ravage, I mean, just talking about how Valkyrie needs to be way more selective with how he uses it. They thought they were going to get another free Sammy Boy pick. I mean, even initiating on the Jug when he already had the healing ward down, they killed the healing ward during the Ravage, but it just wasn't enough damage. Oh, Kugahook needs to be
Top
so
lane.
careful.
Yeah, Kuka needs to be extremely careful here. They're trying
Because
to
they
poise
will...
for it.
Oh,
They find the first stun, but he's already in the invis.
if Ocean had the shard, maybe, but I think he's got the Yule Scepter flying out instead.
I mean, they want to keep
But yeah,
going.
he's back.
Dire's
Yeah.
top tower is under
They
attack.
want this top
Now that
tower.
Ravage is gone.
Yeah, it's a free tower, and I mean, they might click on the ranged at least a little bit here. They do see the Weaver for a time. We'll disengage for that. Oh, Clockwork? Oh, I thought he was going to hook him. They even pinged him, too.
And with the
there's
TP
that
out,
hook, though.
yeah, they're going.
Yeah, they want him now. They know that there's one less hero here. The finger and the combo goes out, but with no Ravage and all these force staffs, Sammy could just leave. And
Oh, it's
now
a
they're
perfect
looking for this
bait.
kill onto the Clockwork. He's going to be in trouble here. The Magnetized to claim the kill. Meanwhile, on the back lines, though, you do see that Kuka holds looking for a pickoff, but will have to reset. Bounce back off to the sideline here, though. Gunner
Oh,
losing
on
a lot of
Gunner.
HP is going to be force staffed out, though. The reflect is
They're
there,
so
but all
low.
the four Zoomers HP is, yes, very low, but they find the Echo on the Kuka hold, but Jug trying to make the full Omni Slash work, and he will get the full Omni.
Oh, and
Doesn't
Weaver?
have the Swift Slash when and if he needs it. He's gonna need to do it sooner rather than later. He does get hit with the E-Blade, but I think he actually Manta dodged his own
Oh,
ally.
he died.
Will go down, but the Clockwork with hook back up again. Don't know where he hooked. I think he went up as we are seeing Gunner slowly die to this Roshan, and TA is hunting.
Dire's
But
top
Husky
tower
will go down to Eratus. And now this Roshan's up, actually. I think Latam
Yeah, they're just
defenders,
going to go
like-
right in.
Yeah. They're like, no, don't mind if I do.
And that fight was so messy. It was honestly, they did what every single team does with this Keeper of the Light. And they're going to buy back on him as well, where they sent Earth Spirit bottom. They show it. They immediately get jumped by the Latam defenders, but the jump wasn't really that impressive. They didn't have Ravage whenever that fight broke out. So they just bring back Gunner, and that Magnetized did so much damage to everyone. Everyone was so low, but then Kukahook came back around, and the Swarm is just so annoying. The Zoomer heroes really are terrible at killing it, and it kept Ocean out of the majority of that fight. He was really playing on the edge, trying to just do whatever he could. But now it's going to refocus. The map is all about Roshan yet again, and it's on a pen's head. If anybody gives this up, any ground is given around this Roche pit, then it's just going to lead to the other team getting Aegis and Cheese.
I always feel like it's after like the 33 or the 30-minute game. It's like after 30 minutes, it's always about Roshan. That is always what it's about after 30 minutes, because it's just, that's the survivability. People like bank everything on that. The closest thing you have is how many smokes do you have left? And Latam defenders, they do have one available, and they're going in.
They're looking for they want to blink Ravage another target possibly if they can get Sammy Boy in the same way they have before, but it's a smoke v smoke.
Sammy is the
Oh,
one in there.
they're gonna
They
get
do find
Brax?
the
Oh, they
immediate
blocked
blink, but
it!
The Clockwork hook gets blocked by Kuka Hook.
I mean, the jig is up for both sides, but this is looking pretty bad for Valkyrie.
Blade. Get reflected
Oh, he got
there. It
fogged.
actually traps both of them in there, but they'll be fine. Alright, well, the smoke has been broke, but Ocean still has his available, but I mean, it's got like 3 seconds on it, so probably not. He's going for the shard next. Remember when everybody was taking shard every single time?
Yes.
It's such a good ability. The bonus
It
echo
really
stun.
stops you from being dead. Like, usually you'd Q, maybe go in an ultimate, but having to get close to Enchant Totem always kind of hurts. It's just so obnoxious as well. It feels like it lasts forever, the Fisher. Just stays there. And then walking on it's a perk. Everything else is good.
Yeah, the walking on it part is more the extra little bit. I mean, that's what it was at the very beginning. It was just you could walk over Fissure and that was it.
Well, now
Nobody-
with MKB on TA, with MKB on TA, no buybacks. This is really the game is getting closer and closer. They keep on throwing these smokes at each other, and Gunner's waiting to be relocated top. They see the supports.
If they do find this lion, Moonlight is broken.
I'll take that as tribute.
Neither team really wants to start the fight though. They both want to be reactive.
I mean, that's the thing. We've been seeing Latam defenders do their opener just to kill Sammy every single time. But, like, Sammy, he's sitting at 2,300 HP now. Might be a little bit harder to get that insta-gib.
Well, now with the double Ethblade, any hero that gets gone on, they need to be careful who they are Ethblading, but there isn't going to be that same amount of burst. I mean, they just have so many items on Zoomers. They've really split the map up well. That and the Midases, I mean, they're pulling away net worth-wise.
They're pinging where they are, and poor Zoomers is just like, all right, we're going to walk into this Roche. We know you just flared it. We can literally see it. And
This is the third smoke.
yeah, they smoke up for the attempted regain. But immediately they go for
Oh
Gunner,
my
but they
goodness,
drop
the
the double
BKB.
Omni down, and they force stab double down too. They will end up getting the TA as well. That's getting this clockwork. You see the line is going to one direction, while the rest of the team going the complete opposite way. Zoomers will be able to claim 3 kills with that one, and undoubtedly the Roche.
Oh,
As there's a
DD in the
DD
pit.
here.
And it was unfortunate. I don't know why Nana decided to break the tension. He should have let someone else initiate first because he immediately BKB'd. That was the fastest BKB I've ever seen from Gunner. That was crazy. Nothing got used on him. They immediately got double Omni slashed, and because of that MKB pickup to try and kill, I guess it was just for damage, just to try and burst more heroes, they weren't able to get the damage on Gunner, and now you're fighting versus Sammy Boy with an Aegis, and now the script is flipped. Now the aggression is in Zoomer's favor, and a 10k gold lead to boot.
Yeah, just looking at the net worth graph, there was a decent period of time, actually, where the net worth was in Latam's favor. But now 10k difference is a very hard one to sort of look at, and since 4 Zoomers can remain uncontested, like they are, I mean, I say that, they lose Ocean to the bot lane in the meantime.
But a Rax instead.
Yeah, I mean, you traded off Rax, but here's the problem is that you can't get more than that. Like,
Yeah, they will have to reset, go for these T2s, but
you know, they'll go for the mid, tier 2. I imagine that's just where they would stop. Well, there's no creeps available, so they're just going to reset completely here.
I mean, with the Abyssal Blade finished on Sammy, you need to be so scared now if you're this Weaver. You don't have that safety net where there is a possibility where you're just going to get Blink Abyssaled and not make it out with the Earthshaker sitting behind him. They really need to have vision of the Earthshaker at all times now, I think, if you're Latam. If you let him get anything off, and I mean, Ocean's been struggling to get anything off because they are always looking for him, but even more so now that you've got this Jug bearing down on your buildings, you have to be so careful of the backline.
It just feels like the Weaver's not really able to get to the more durable off backline heroes. I mean, the Keeper's not as durable, but I mean, it's going back to the original point that if Keeper does end up posing a threat when it comes to their backline in an actual team fight, I mean, that's why you hold on to Rupture. You just rupture him immediately, and then he can't really do anything else.
Well,
And
and now
that's-
that he has a nullifier, it sort of fixes an issue. That issue being just the Eth-Blades, but there are 2 Eth-Blades. There's only one nullifier, so they can really cover each other, I think, really well still on Zoomers. And The team play from Zoomers in the past 5-10 minutes has been very exceptional as well. Yeah, now it's just split. Now a lot of them are splitting. They can't fight. It's a complete role reversal.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, and unfortunately, there's not much both teams really want to do. You see them that they want to try to set up for this mid, but they just can't really get a good aggressive push because they know that the threat of the Ravage, Blink In, Immediate X, Clockwork Hook, Finger is available, and they've died to this combination more times than once.
Well, Valkyrie? Gunner just TP top, got him off the tower, but I think Sammy Boy's just going to hit. Again, just the power of the Coddle. They immediately pop the ulti, they bring him back, and there's never a split foot push threat versus a Coddle team because the fight's been brought to you. I mean, there's only a tide on the tier 3. They're losing this tower a lot faster than I guess they really care.
Yeah, it's like, is it they just don't have TP? They don't have TPs. The TA is 10 seconds left on it. The Clockwork's TPing in now. I mean, Sammy has the Aegis, and
he still has the healing ward as well. Oh, the pole.
The pole. Oh, boy. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Level 25 already on Gunner. I mean,
that's the mid Earth Spirit. It's just he got those levels really quickly, and he's been able to solo farm everywhere. And yeah, Midas. Midas pays off when it comes to a game like this.
And they do need to be slightly careful. They don't have Gunner for real this time, just because still waiting for his spirit form. But yeah, Redis is trying to defend his vision here, but it's so difficult for them to fight.
I was just like blinded and confused by that fissure. It looked really weird. It was just a black box, more or less.
Yeah, Wine is drawn. I mean, they're not even going to hit that mid T2. Salmon Boy's just going to take the creep wave in, and yeah, TA can't play around. She has to be there to do something. And Aegis is being taken away in 30 seconds, but it's happening.
The follow Omni doesn't even need it. They get this kill. He has to buy back if they want to hold the defense.
We're going to see that pretty soon here. They probably want Aegis to be gone. It's 20 seconds, but oh no.
We got an opener bash, but there is going to be a Ghost Scepter. The buyback is going to follow suit. The Micro Slash is going to be up in 1 second, but he's getting stun locked. The E-Blade goes out the first one. The Mana Drain is going to take a lot of it out here, but
the TA.
At the Aegis timer, the TA, again, he's just getting chunked up by Sammy. He gets out just in time. The Micro Slash.
Moonlight.
No mana. They might be able to find this kill. The Aegis has expired. The Finger goes out. And they're going to look for the kill on Sammy. He's got no mana to turn. He needs something, but he gets pushed out by the Clockwork Cogs, and he will go down. Gunner throwing out his E-Blade. He'll at least find this kill on Moonlight. The buyback is going to be there. They want to get as many kills as possible, but Gunner rolling out of this one. He's not done yet, though. The cheese is still available. He swapped out the BKB, and Ocean comes in. They want more. Gunner is a scary boy. No, trying to whack into him here, but the first cheese, the only cheese, has been expended. Gonna be a little bit careful here.
So much.
Hold is here. TA is tearing into this line. They find the kill on Gunner, but Jug fought back, by the way. He's coming back in. He wants to get this kill on a Valkyrie, and they'll get it. The only one alive versus the world, and he can't help.
And is this it? I think that with the Sammy Boy buyback, I mean, he can't show on the wave. He's going to just get bashed up. He's going to get fissured. I think this is GG. I mean, there's no T2. They're kind of figuring out what they want to do.
I mean, they need creeps to run into the mid if they want to get this. Blink away. They want to bait it. Ocean starts the TP. I thought he was gonna do the whole cancel, turn around, and echo, but it's not up for another 5.
And I mean, Moonlight was so perfect in that fight. He actually was the linchpin at the end there. He was keeping them so stunned up. He was keeping Sammy Boy kited so well. And the immediate go whenever the Aegis popped stopped the Aegis regen. That was what the Finger did. It stopped him from healing to full. Meanwhile, Kukahook was 1v3ing. I mean, it was a desperate hold, and I don't know, Kukahook's trying to do it, but I feel like they're just going to be Megas in a few moments here.
Now there's no buybacks. We've already seen.
Oh, and he got a DD as well.
Detonated. Yeah, the TA or the DD. I mean, this is a dead tower. At least for me, it is a dead snake.
Yeah, nothing they can do. I mean, they will be respawning on supports in a few seconds here, but I don't think it's worth it to defend either. If they lose anyone, it's just going to be an even bigger problem. But this is going to be Megas, almost assuredly.
I mean, Latam can defend Megas. That's not really their biggest issue, but it is a concern of a sort. The AC
Bigger
is
problem
gonna be
is
for
you're just
Sammy
going to
soon.
go late game versus Jug. Yeah, he's just so powerful on this Juggernaut. I think one of the ultimate late game carries. And
Divine
Kukuk
Weaver.
bought a Divine. Yep,
It's
he
the
had
only
to.
way.
He has to. And you saw in that fight where it was just the TA just going into Gunner, just hitting him over and over and over again. And he's got 40 armor. He does not care about the TA's damage at this point. As soon as he pops BKB, Nana just doesn't have the net worth to compete with the enemy team at this point. And now it's almost like the TA is a liability, and without all these buybacks, it feels like Zoomers need to do so little to win at this point. Rocha spawning in 2 minutes as well. If they really wanted to be safe, that would be the end-all be-all.
I mean, this will be either the refresher shard or the axe. And I mean, just looking at some reserve ags or agi that are still available, more or less.
Oh boy.
There goes the micro slash, the spin.
Oh, nice.
Flicker was good, but not good enough. Gem is on the ground.
And you even see Sammy Boy walking his recipe Aghanim's Blessing just in case they get an Ags in the Roche, which I guess that is going to be the end of the game most likely. He even says no cares,
Nah, he
gives
just
it to
wants the
himself.
gem. Yeah. He consumed it and just made sure he picked up the gem.
Oh, he's gonna get the gold anyway, right? If
Right.
he does have to pick it up, but there are some fantastic Ags, but I think most of his teammates don't want it or already have one of their own.
Yeah, because you don't really need the chant totem jumps. Keeper is Will-O-Wisp. I mean, it's not actually bad. That might be who it would go to. There's an argument for that. Because you haven't seen it all game. It would be quite a big surprise.
Probably over the 5,000 gold to Jug. Jug is he's gonna get his gold no matter what. But it is quite the precarious position Latam has found themselves in after such a very strong early game as well.
Well, it looks like it's Roche time.
Yep.
It is.
No reason to wait.
Ags.
The Ags.
All right, let's see who it goes on. The flare goes out. They see that it's fresh, but I mean, they gotta smoke now, and they gotta get there now.
Nah,
But
there's
it's
no
not
time.
possible. Sammy drops the gem, so he actually wants the money. Or no,
Oh, he's gonna take the
Aegis.
Aegis. Yeah.
Ooh, Courier.
It looks
tried
like
to
it'll
grab-
be
Oh, he grabbed the cheese.
Oh, he got the cheese. Valkyrie.
Well, I mean, you won't have it for another 3 minutes, but you get
And
the
they took the
cheese.
Enchant Remnant. And they took the ES Ags, so
I think
now
it
he
was
can.
just they had to grab it quick because they saw the courier was there.
Well, and it's not bad by any means. It just means you can stone anyone and then kick him wherever you want. It's quite annoying, to be honest, especially if you're a Weaver trying to defend your Ancient and just become a Remnant.
Ocean
Oh,
finds a
Nana.
good stun. The follow up. Oh, that's what's making the thing all just black.
Dire's middle tower
Weird.
is under attack.
I mean, this tower is dead. You got Mega Creeps clicking into it. And Gunner
now
is attacking
Sammy,
at 60 miles per hour here. They are going to jump in for the Ravage. They do put a lot of damage into Gunner here.
no.
The finger goes through. He's in that half HP. He does that BKB, though. Turns this around. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, they will find the kill on Husky. He buys back immediately. We do see Kukahold trying to go for these supports, but the Echo Slam comes through. Big creep destruction. They will find that kill, and Eratus to fall with Moonlight is next. The only one to survive is Valakweave, and he will go down. Calling the GG. Game number 1 will go to 4 Zoomers.
And it really just goes back to that first Aegis where a lot of defenders were in the hot seat, but they weren't able to really make anything happen. They were eking out some of the tier 2 towers, but it really came down to when they finally ravaged Sammy Boy and caught him off guard. But even off of that, they had to completely back. Aegis was already gone, and their aggression was pretty much over at that point. And then just the Roshan, or that fight in their top jungle where they just lost Nana, they weren't able to do anything, and buying out the BK or the MKB, not having buyback, and that second Roche kind of sealed the deal for me.
I didn't even realize, like, I forgot all about the fact that there was the Divine Rapier.
Oh, on Kukahuk?
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's just that's how low impact the Weaver in the game just kind of felt in comparison to the Brax. Well, not really Brax. That's not a good comparison. Gunner or Sammy in this game in comparison to the Weaver. It's just it it felt like they were able to do so much more.
Well, in Latam defenders, that's the issue. They needed Valkyrie to be so much stronger than he was in that game. Same with almost same with Aretis, where there's was a point where we stopped getting counter initiations, where Kukahut couldn't show up to the fight because if he showed up, he was going to get ruptured, and then he can't play his hero anymore. And it's just that last pick, or not even the last pick, or what? No, it was the last pick, Earth Spirit, but having the last pick in that second phase, able to counter the Weaver so easily with the Bloodseeker, it's not the foundation you want to have your game start off with.
Well, on the bright side, it is a best shoot. No, that's not what we were gonna say. It is a bilateral Dota 2 game, so there will be another game after this. It'll be starting very shortly, as you can see in the chat. It'll start in approximately 10 minutes. Maybe it'll start earlier. Maybe it'll start. No, it won't start later. That's.
Oh, I thought it was 41 seconds. I'm sad.
I
No,
would
I'm
love it to
kidding.
be 41 seconds. I'd love to get into the next game. We have been casting for a very long time, sir. And according to OBS, 7 hours and 43 minutes. So it's been a long day, but we're not done yet. There is one last game for the whole entire day coming up right around the corner. So stay tuned.